Well, good afternoon. This is Dr. Stephen Evans. I am the editor-in-chief and publisher of Outclick Magazine. We're a South Florida travel LGBT arts entertainment publication, but we also have some national expansion and national outreach coming these days. And today we are most excited to welcome Jared Green to the stage. Jared, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, welcome. It's going pretty well. I've got a new camera, so I'm learning where to look. So hopefully I'll be staring at you today. Where are you? Tell us where you are and what you're doing. Just so everyone knows, I met Jared back when he was here in South Florida doing Altar Boys with Island City Stage. It was a great performance. Island City Stage does a lot of LGBT themed shows for our community. But Jared, where are you and what's going on with you?
Well, after Florida, I went up to Maine. So I'm currently in Harpswell, Maine, which is near Brunswick. If you're familiar with, it's near Bowdoin College or Maine State Music Theater. It's a beautiful area up here. I'm very lucky to be here to escape while the pandemic is going on.
And what's the weather like up there? I'm looking outside. I will say it's 85 degrees, warm and sunny. We were in the pool here. What's it like up in Maine?
Well, it's still getting up there. Maine's only really super warm like 2 months out of the year, in the dead of summer. It's still that time of the year where it's kind of wishy-washy. So at night, it's still going down to like 40 degrees. And it gets up to about 70, 71, 72 on a good day right now, but it will get better.
Okay. Okay. So how did you get into acting?
Well, honestly, it's been a part of my life for years. My parents got me into it when I was very young. Actually, I think one of the best experiences I've had was my first experience is something called a playground theater, which is the first thing I did, where this married couple got all these kids together to do shows. They let the kids pick whatever character they wanted to be from like TV shows or movies, cartoons, whatever. And then they wrote a show around that to encompass that, and all their characters are in it together, and they wrote songs for the show, and we sang with them on stage. And it was that kind of experience that really opened up my imagination and my willingness to try to do theater more and more after that. And it was just such a special experience I hold near and dear to my heart, and I'm hoping someone someday will do that again. And if not, I would love to try to do that, start like a program like that at some point in the future.
So as a child, was it easy to remember the words? Because I've always been fascinated by people who can get up on stage and remember lines. I can't imagine being able to do that. Was that easy as a child? It sounds like it's a natural given ability.
Well, the thing with lines, memorization is always tough. But I guess as a kid, you're more open to being playful, and even if you're not exactly right, you'll always like own whatever you're doing. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I guess as a kid, I don't remember any like super big messy line flubby moments that come to mind, but I'm sure I did. But you just roll with it. As a kid, you're not really thinking about that, so you just kind of roll with the punches. Even as you grow up, it might be a little more tough to handle that sort of thing, because you're like a bit more self-conscious now as you grow up. But you still work with whatever comes out of your mouth.
I always wanted, I've played the piano and been on that side of theater, and I want to have a role, but my one caveat is I don't want any speaking parts.
Oh, I know. I if you just let me sing the whole time, that's fine by me.
Yes. So we were looking through, you sing and dance, and you also have serious roles. You have a wide variety of roles that you play.
Yeah, I mean, I like doing a little bit of everything as much as I can. It's always fun to explore different genres, different type of characters. It's definitely the best part of being an actor, especially in the theater, with the musical theater. Expressing different characters through singing, through music, through dance is always fun to explore.
So what are some of your favorite shows that you've been in? Either some film or stage shows, because you've done quite a variety, we saw.
I think one of my favorites, I did a national tour of West Side Story back in 2013, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was gonna be a senior in college, but then I took a year off to do the tour and then came back after it was over. That's one of my favorite musicals. West Side Story, hands down, is a genius piece of work. I played Tony, and singing some of like the best songs ever written for musical theater. Something's Coming, Maria, the balcony scene. It's just, that was a special experience, and to be able to work with David Saint, who's the director, and he worked really closely with Arthur Lawrence, who wrote the original book, the libretto for West Side Story. So he knew everything there was to know about this show and its history, and something that close to, you know, the origin of the show, like, was just incredible. So that's definitely probably the biggest highlight of my career so far. And I did a short film called Yuna's Lunch, where I played a character with DID. And that was also an incredible experience to really sink my teeth into something like that, like a role that was really like called for in-depth analysis of every personality, every character within the singular character. That was overwhelming, but we made it work, and it turned out beautifully.
Let's put up the actors, the demo reel that we've got. We've got some of the videos of some of the things that you've been in. We'll put up some of those so we can see those, some of the things that you've been in. I'll have Arthur's in the background. I call him my Roz during the shows, if you've seen Frasier. So I'll peck on the glass, and Chandler's pulling it. And we've got 3 different computers and 1 internet access. So we'll pull those in. We can look at some of those. But yeah. Here we go. You've got a fancy mic. I love it. I got a new light. I got a new camera. So here we go. It's gonna pull in here.
Oh yeah, I just got this. My fiance actually got this for me like a month ago.
Okay.
I'm very happy with how it's turning out. The quality is excellent.
It looks like the old-fashioned kind of mic. So it looks like a lot of fun. Right, so
yeah.
Can we add this in? There we go. Add. Here we go. All right. Blow it up and go back. Go back to the beginning. We'll go back to the beginning. There we go.
Oh gosh, this makes me miss doing film. 2017.
Damien.
Yes. This one's a bit of a riff on the on Psycho. It's a bit of an homage to that. They go with the black and white. It's a very deliberate choice.
Was the whole film in black and white?
Yes.
Okay. This is one of your serious ones. Endurance?
Yeah, this is a kid who is very insecure, had a very troubled past with childhood friends, and he's trying to work out to deal with his problems, but he's probably avoiding it at the same time. And he's talking to a girl that he likes over the phone.
Okay. You can play the audio too. Take it off mute. I think it didn't show the audio, but that's okay. And then this was the one you were speaking of, yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the personalities. She's the main character here. And I'm one of her clients, and she comes to me to bring me food, and I'm playing the role of my character's father personality. So he's expressing to her at this point that, you know, he's very stressed out. Work's been difficult. That the mom has died, and he has to get over it. He's basically talking to himself about dealing with his mother's death, but he's, you know, dealing with it one way.
You look so much older in that one too. Your makeup that makes you look 10 years older.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And this was Albert and Dwayne.
Yeah, this is very Albert and Dwayne. Oh yeah. This What about this one? I don't remember much about this one. It was basically we were like at a party. They gave us beer to drink, and they just kind of let us improvise some things. That was very interesting. And this is the end of Yuna's lunch, where I was playing the mother personality.
Oh, wow.
And I have full on breakdown where she like challenges me, you know, being in these personalities, and then I kind of just the facade kind of cracks. And so I'm just having this whole monologue that's been stirring inside me just starts to spew out here. And I'm like asking her for help, and I haven't had a friend or someone to like talk to really in a long time. And she's my, you know, my one guiding light at this moment. And my old headshot.
The whole chat and your email address. Address. That's very good. What's been one of your most challenging roles, I guess?
Ooh, challenging. I don't know if you're familiar with The Who's Tommy. The album was made into a musical. I've done the show twice. It's one of my favorite shows I've done too. It's very complex. It's very poetic, very metaphorical. You can't take anything literally in that show. It all has like a deep-seated meaning, and you really have to like dig into everything. So I played the lead role Tommy, and then I played also cousin Kevin at different theaters. That's a show I would do forever and ever, because there's always different ways to interpret it, different things you can bring to it. It's a special one. Some people might be turned off by it because it is a bit out there. It is a bit strange, a bit peculiar. But if you really like give it a chance and try to, you know, like read into what it's really saying, give it a chance, then it's really something special.
What about a musical role? Do you have a favorite musical role? Because you've done several of those. Besides Altar Boys.
Well, yes, of course. Altar Boys, yeah, is hands down.
Of course.
One of the top tier shows. Well, Tommy is a musical as well.
Okay.
It is mostly sung, so it's based off the rock albums, like, and they just kind of translate it to the stage. So that's a bit more of a rock opera, but it's still, I would still consider it a musical. That one for sure. West Side Story. Which
obviously is a musical too.
Altered Boys. My dream role is MC in Cabaret, which I was going to play at M&M Theater Company. They even released a teaser that we filmed with Janine Levy, who was going to play Sally Bowles, and she's incredible. But of course that was canceled. That was supposed to go up in May in West Palm Beach. But we're happy with how the teaser turned out. We're hoping we'll put it up at some point.
Okay.
But that was probably going to be on the list if it was if it would have happened.
There's a lot of actors, and I mean everyone in the whole production is waiting for things to open back up again. I know here everything gets shut down, and all of New York, all of Broadway across America is shut down because of financial reasons and all of the COVID-19 going on. So we're all going through major withdrawals and waiting to see what's going on. There are certain plans put in place for what's coming up, and everyone's waiting to see what will happen. And those are changing, I think, day by day as far as regulations, change. But people are looking at part of it. We've had some discussions with our Broward County Cultural Division as far as financial. Can the shows be put on financially based on the number of people in the audience? It affects food and beverage costs, everything from the restrooms to the ushers. It affects a lot of different layers of the theater, the people backstage, the amount of room backstage. So there's a lot of factors that go into, a lot more factors that go into putting a show on than people realize. It's very complicated. Right. But I think everybody's very anxious to get back to it. We have a special guest, and that is your fiance.
Yeah, this is Ellie.
Hello.
Hi, Ellie. Where are you?
I'm in Liverpool, in England.
You're in Liverpool, England. It is 12:25 p.m. here in Fort Lauderdale. Tell us what time it is there.
It's 5:25 in the afternoon.
5:25 p.m. Well, we thank you for joining us. Tell us how you two met.
Jared and I met. We were both singers on cruise ships. We worked for Celebrity Cruises for 3 years. Yeah, for 3 years. So we've done 2 ship contracts together, which is, I think, if you can live together in a cabin and in a tiny space like that and get along, then you're all set. Yeah, we've been, it was the most idyllic situation because we got to travel the world together and do what we love at the same time. But we actually were cast to play a couple at first, and showmance turned into the real thing, and now we're getting married.
So you were literally a shipboard romance.
Indeed. I mean, what a story for the grandkids.
That's very cute. So was there any, well, maybe I shouldn't ask that, any scene from Titanic you reenacted, but let's not get too personal. Did you get out on the bow of the ship or any of that, or just like in Titanic?
Yeah, there wasn't any a French girl moment, was there?
No, not quite.
Because I love Titanic. That's such a beautiful story and the beautiful way it's done. But
well, we didn't do like. Did we do it? We did. I think we missed an opportunity.
We must have done the King of the World.
Yes,
at some point.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Well, that's a wonderful story, and you are obviously actress as well, and waiting for things to open back up. What are some shows that you have done that you'd like to share?
I actually went straight from graduating onto cruise ships.
Okay.
So it's annoying because as soon as I got back from my last ship, I got a new agent in London, and then COVID happened, which is frustrating. But hopefully things will ease up, and they have just announced that one of London's leading producers, Cameron McIntosh, he is definitely closing his shows until 2021. That came out today. So stuff like Les Mis and Mary Poppins and Hamilton won't be opening in the West End now until 2021, which is sad. But there's one thing: our industry will come back with a vengeance. I think that's the nature of the creative arts. Like, we bounce back because we have to, and the world needs art, so we'll be back. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. We need the arts and culture. It's been very difficult because we, the magazine and I, are so involved in the arts in all levels of theater. Island City Stage. We work with the South Florida Symphony. We work with Florida Grand Opera. And several other theaters, and going to all the shows and knowing some of the actors and actresses, the symphony members, and the people who run it. It's been a real challenge watching the people try to figure things out and go through that, because I have it's just a very personal thing to work with those organizations and know how much work it is to put those productions on and miss going. And for the people that do it, it's not just a job; it is their heart and soul. And it's been some emotional moments for me to see that happen, because I know it's not just a job for you and others in the industry. It is your heart and soul and how much you really put into it. And so I feel the pain of what everyone's going through, and it kind of makes me a little teary-eyed because I do miss it and miss working with people and seeing the shows. So anyway. How long has it been since you all saw each other?
3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
Which is the longest that we've gone apart, I think.
Yeah. I mean, considering we live on different continents, I think that was pretty good going. But this is the first time it's gone that long. But it's tough.
Oh. Yeah. It's tough. And then being able to travel internationally, and then of course, all of the risks of that. But that's one of the hardest parts. So,
exactly.
Yeah, but things will come back and hold on. My parents live in Kentucky, and they're in their 70s, and what's that kind of visiting them, and the connections and things are been tough. And people have discussed about doing things online and what a difference that is. It's not the same as seeing live productions, and even if you're up on stage, a camera, and doing the exact same production without the live audience interactions, it's not the same.
No.
And
it's incomplete. Get the same performance, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
The audience gives actors so much energy, and you feed off that, and it just wouldn't be the same, I don't think.
Yeah, it's more a communal effort. I think that this, you can't tell a story without, storytellers can't tell a story without someone to receive the story and be part of it. I feel like the audience is part of the story with you, so like missing that key element just sucks the life out of it.
Yeah,
almost entirely.
Yeah. I can't imagine doing it and then having it taken away like that, but it will come back. It will come back. And I had a very wise person once say to me, "Don't waste your suffering." And I think through all of this, we will have learned some valuable lessons and appreciate what theater and music and art brings to us even more so as a culture, and how absolutely valuable it is.
Absolutely. I keep thinking about the first show that I'm going to go see once all the theatres reopen. And I think once the overture starts, I'm just going to start bawling. I'm just going to cry my eyes out.
It's going to erupt in applause immediately.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone's going to jump to their feet. Yeah, it's going to be
quite the moment. Special, we need it.
Yeah. I can't wait. The last few that I've seen, the music goes through my head over and over again of what I've seen. This last year was Beethoven's 250th, and the South Florida Symphony and Master Chorale both did it. How many people get to say they saw Beethoven's Ninth live twice in the same year? It was quite an honor this year.
It's amazing.
Wow. So, yeah. Jared, when you were here, you were in South Florida. My question, did you stay, go, or eat any place exciting? We'll kind of bring it up a notch.
I need to mention Rosie's.
Okay.
Which is not very far from Island City Stage or the Wilton Theater Factory.
Mm-hmm.
I went there a couple times.
Okay.
With the boys, with some of my friends. I just love the vibe there. It's very welcoming. It feels like a place anyone can congregate and have a good time. And the food is very good. And I'm sure if anyone's watching this, I'm sure you've been there or know of it, but it is really just unique. A unique vibe, unique space. It's just a great environment, and I miss it. I would love to go back.
Do you you probably don't remember, the theme of the restaurant is See and Be Seen, and they make it fun for everyone. Yeah, so we'll have to go and it's called the Fun Day Fizz. It's this grapefruit champagne drink that's really amazing. So we'll have to go. And Ellie, you're gonna have to come and visit sometime. I
am so there. You said champagne, and I'm in. I will fly over for that.
You'll have to fly down. I ask everyone two questions at the end. One is, what words of encouragement can you give people at this time, considering what we're going through? So, Ellie, we'll put you on the spot first.
I would say words of encouragement. For me, staying inspired is everything, and I think I would encourage everyone to do that. I would explore everything you haven't, whether that be TV shows or film. There's so many. There is so many live theatre shows online now, and I think I've watched them all. For me, it's inspiration. I think there's so much. I get so much clarity from that, and so stay inspired. That would be my words of encouragement.
I pulled out some old books. Some of them are probably as old as you are. And I've been rereading them, and I've got them stacked in front of my monitor to try to reread them, just to encourage, inspire.
Good.
Jared, how about you?
Since the world is on pause, I think it is a good time for everyone, since we feel very isolated from one another. We can stay connected, but it isn't the same as face-to-face all the time. I think for some of us, this pause was kind of necessary, maybe for us emotionally, spiritually, for us to really talk to ourselves and give us that mental health check-in that was necessary. And I think that we, a lot of us deserve this pause, and then it's okay. It might have been going on a little too long now, but it is important to stay inspired, as Ellie said. But at the same time, it is also good to have this break to try new things, explore things, educate yourself on what's going on in the world. and really just, develop new hobbies, try, I got this mic here. I'm just singing, recording for the first time, like audio editing. I'm taking voiceover classes, just trying something new, but also at the same time, just taking this moment to breathe and check in with myself. And that's also important.
One of the things I wish our government, along with the other things, would put out messages of exercise and eating healthy and mental health. And I wish that we would use that time now to kind of broadcast that message. So if we could help encourage people to say, eat healthy, exercise, take care of yourself, because this is a time even more so to do it. So I've really enjoyed talking to you all. Thank you for taking the time, and thank you for joining us from Liverpool, England. It is on my list of places to go. I'm fascinated, would love to come.
Come and visit, and I'll take you around all the Beatles stuff.
Yes.
Fascinating. Well, Jared and I will hop a plane soon after all this mess, and we'll come out there.
And then I'll come back with you for the champagne.
Funday Fest. Funday Fest. Yeah.
That's the plan.
So how do we find both of you online? What's your websites and or social media handles so people can find you easily?
My website is jaredbyrongreen.com.
BIRON.
Yes, BIRON.
Okay.
Green, just like the color. My name Jared is spelled very strange. JARRAD, Jarrad, if you will.
Okay.
And then Instagram, it's Jared B, just the middle initial, Green. Jared B Green on Instagram.
Okay. And then Ellie, how do we find you?
My social media handle is at Ellie Monkley, monkey with an L, MONKLEY.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Well, we look forward to. Is there anything else that you wanted to cover that I didn't ask? That's always the final question as well.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
Anything.
Well, I've enjoyed talking to you, and you guys. You came over to my house with the other 4 guys, and we stood out by the pool, and we did the little video. If you remember that, yeah. I appreciate you working with Island City Stage. They're a very good client of ours, and they put out some very good shows, and they're very vested in our community. So I'm glad you got to come and be part of Island City Stage.
Yes, I just want to give a quick shout out to
absolutely
the cast, Altar Boys, to Brian, Chris, Jonathan, Saeed, and of course Andy and Marty, who are fantastic people to work with. It was an amazing experience, and whenever it gets back, the theater, comes back to life again, please check out any shows at Island City Stage. It's going to be fantastic. That's all you can say. They're just terrific.
Yeah, we've interviewed Marty, who's the managing director. We've done a series on him, and then Andy Rogo, who is the artistic director, he was on the show the other day as well. So yeah, great people. We are outclick.com, OUTCLIQUE, and you can text OCQ to 22828 for more information on us. There we go. All right, you guys stay safe. We look forward to something else coming and whatever else is coming, and keep us updated. We'll do a follow-up when things open up or when you have some other fun projects or recordings, and we look forward to talking to you. And again, thank you for joining us from Liverpool, England. Even more exciting.
No, of course. My pleasure. Lovely to talk to you.
All right. Have a great afternoon. Thank you so much.
You stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.